All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. I want to bring out an article today and match it up with a couple scriptures that's going into the prophecy of Russia leading the War of Armageddon. Because we've been talking about this prophecy, starting with the apostles and the men of the Lord on down. We've been talking about this Russia prophecy for some time, and it's just amazing to see how now when anything is in the news, it's always dealing with Russia and America. Russia is always at the front of all the conflict, all the news stories that's going on, and it's amazing to see this prophecy play out. It could have been any other country that were kind of drawing lines in the sand with or having a staring contest with. It could have been any other country in the world, but it's Russia because the Most High prophesied this in the scriptures. And it's just amazing every time I see these articles and these signs letting us know that an impending war with Russia is at hand and is coming. And it's real exciting to see Russia at the forefront of all the news when the scripture predicted this, because Russia was an afterthought for a long time, but now Russia is right back at the front in this chess game of the Most High. And I want to bring out this article. This is from NBC News. It's entitled, U.S. will take action on Russia hacking Obama promises. And it was published on December 16th. And you see you got Vladimir Putin right here in this video. I'm not going to play it, but it says Russia demands evidence of hacking after Obama threatens retaliation. The United States will respond to Russia's alleged covert cyber campaign to interfere in the presidential election, President Barack Obama promised in excerpts of an interview released Thursday night. I think there is no doubt that when any foreign government tries to impact the integrity of our elections, that we need to take action, and we will, at a time and place of our own choosing, Obama said in an interview with NPR, which will air in full Friday on Morning Edition. So Obama said they will take action with Russia hacking the election, and that's what leads into that scripture in Ezekiel 38 when he said, I will put hooks in their jaws, because Russia hacked the election to help Trump get into office. And once he gets into office, they're going to be in league, but like Apostle Taha was going into in the video that I was watching earlier, they're going to turn back. Something going to happen to break up the little whatever truce or whatever they had. Something going to happen to bring them back to fight mode. That's why I say I'm gonna put hooks in your jaws, because they helped him get into office. They hacked the elections or whatever, and you got the U.S. and Obama making threats saying they gonna retaliate, which they not really worried about any retaliation from Obama. I mean, he got another month in office. Some of it may be explicit and publicized, some of it may not be, he said, according to a clip from the interview that NPR posted online Thursday night. But Mr. Putin is well aware of my feelings about this because I spoke to him directly about it. NBC News reported Thursday that U.S. intelligence officials have a high level of confidence that Russian President Vladimir Putin was personally involved in the Russian hacking. So yeah, man, you got yet again more news about Russia being involved in some type of conflict or some type of game going on in the battle for power, the power struggle is always involving Russia because of these prophecies. And I'm going to bring out Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with the shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarter, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into a land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they that dwell safely, all of them. Now, that prophecy is talking about Gog and Magog, which is modern day Russia. And I got this map here that I'm going to pull up. Now, this is an ancient world map. And if you look at this map, you can see the land of Magog. And if you match it up with a modern day map, that's the land of Russia, parts of the old Soviet Union and parts of Russia. So it's no doubt that this scripture in Ezekiel 38 is talking about Russia. It's the modern day Russia, the same land. This is their land, Gog and Magog. This land right here is where Russia sits. So all the naysayers, how can you explain these prophecies? And how can you explain Russia once again becoming a big player in the big chess game between the nations? Like I said earlier, Russia was an afterthought. And nobody was bringing this out except the apostles and the men of the Lord. And it's all coming right to the forefront right now. It's all on TV all the time, every time you look up. So like I was showing with this article right here, you got Russia getting threats from Obama about so-called hacking the election, which he just got, they just open threats. You got all these articles popping up about this. All you have to do is Google in Russia hacking. Putin turned Russia election hacks in Trump's favor, U.S. officials. President Obama promises to take action. Poking the bear. Obama says U.S. will respond to Russia hacking. Now that's heavy that they use that. That's from ABC News. Poking the bear. Russia is known as the bear in the scriptures. If you go into that, Russia is known as the bear. It's heavy that they would use this line right here, poking the bear. This thing is real spiritual, and it's all coming to light now. And I'm going to leave with one more scripture. This is out of the book of Revelations, chapter 20. And I'm going to start at verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So when this final war, World War III, the war Armageddon, pops off, Russia is going to be a main player in this war. And you can see the signs of it in the news every time you click it on. Russia is modern day Gog and Magog, and you got them saying poking the bear in the scriptures. Russia is also known as the bear. That's what made it so heavy. But just pay attention to the news that's going on. You got Russia at any moment, sometime during this Trump presidency, their little truce gonna be broken, and the Lord is gonna turn them back, and the war, World War III, the war Armageddon, will jump off. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.